Welcome back. In this abbreviated week, there's a lot going on, including the House passing the budget. Yesterday on second reading, the House passed the budget 78 to 37, meaning 6 Democrats joined the majority of Republicans in passing the budget bill. 2 key provisions within the budget, an appropriation to keep the Be Pro, Be Proud initiative going across the state that's reaching out to young kids, teaching them about the future they could have in the trades. And also, it would require the Department of Public Instruction to allow local school systems to use the pre-apprentice certificate training program. Normally the budget would be the big thing that was going on this week, but there was huge news in the political circles of Raleigh as Representative Tricia Cotham from Mecklenburg County changed her party affiliation from Democrat to Republican. Now what this does is create a supermajority in the House. Previously they were 1 vote shy. They had 71 members. They need 72. With her transitioning over to the Republican Party, that now gives the House a supermajority, joining their colleagues in the Senate, which after the election in November already had that supermajority. This will make it a lot easier if they choose to override the governor on vetoes. This is something that's worth watching. It'll have a huge impact throughout the rest of this year and into the short session next year. Another bill that we're watching this week is House Bill 562, introduced by Representatives John Bradford, Jeff Zenger, and Ashton Clemens. This is a companion bill to Senate Bill 317, which we saw introduced in the Senate just 2 weeks ago. This bill creates a new type of subdivision of workforce housing. This subdivision would be required to make 20% of its housing units available to prospective buyers who do not exceed certain income limits. The remaining 80% would be market driven. This is certainly an interesting idea and something we'll watch moving forward in the session. Another bill of interest dropped this week. That's Senate Bill 673, Water and Wastewater Regulatory Relief. The lack of wastewater capacity throughout the state has become a huge issue recently, and legislators have really turned their attention to focus on finding solutions. This bill will do that. Hopefully it'll clean up some antiquated regulations dealing with wastewater. We've worked hand in hand with Senator Newton, the primary sponsor of the legislation, to ensure the passage of this bill. It's a good piece of legislation and hopefully provide some regulatory relief on the wastewater problems that developers are facing across the state. Now let me introduce you to our Legislator of the Week, Representative Jeff Zenger. I'm here with Representative Jeff Zenger, who represents Forsyth County in his second term in the House. He has sponsored some huge legislation for the building industry, and we can't thank him enough for all of his support. It's great to have you, and we're thankful to recognize you as our Legislator of the Week.
Well, thank you so much. It's great to be here. I filed just this last week a bill for 2 bills actually for workforce housing that I think your members are going to really like and the developers are going to like. It's great stuff as we try to get ahead of the housing shortage that we have here in the state of North Carolina.
Thank you, sir. We look forward to working with you in the future.
Thank you.
As you can see, it was a busy week at the legislature. Thank you for tuning in. For more information, read our written legislative report. I'll see you in 2 weeks after the Easter break.